um, you're sorry, a little Q&A thing here. So, Frank, we had to give, as you know, you do a lot of live streaming. There's a little bit of a delay that we're dealing with here, so people are going to be a little bit behind. But the first question we got was people were looking at you using Vimeo. Does Vimeo have a live streaming option, or are you just using that for embedded videos?
Oh, the Vimeo, that was we use Vimeo for basically uh, passing the links around so people can watch them.
Okay.
So it's more of a preview link.
Oh, okay. It's more of a preview. So it's not really, because I have played around with Vimeo myself and I'm a fan, but it just doesn't seem like they have the audience that Facebook and YouTube have.
Well, it's interesting because we use Brightcove
Hmm.
also, and that's for our media downloads and also our portal, our video portal. And we also use that to power our Apple TV and our Roku channel. So we use Brightcove for that. Now, Vimeo, in their API, at one point, because I love APIs and I love PHP, and so we were very close to having it so that we could actually put our media downloads on Vimeo so that the press could download them. But we also have a sign-in procedure, so not everyone can get them. Everyone can watch them, but you can't download the HD. And so we had set it up, and it was all ready. And then Vimeo changed their API, and so then it was just like, okay. So we're still with Brightcove, and Brightcove has been great with us. And we just built the template. It's called Gallery. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It's a very good product, and you can build as many as you want. And so that's what we use behind our press downloads. And the press downloads is a key for us because we'll go into the field. And one of the first things we edit is B-roll for media, because we go to
Hmm.
locations that they can't go, they can't get there, and they want the footage. And so they sign in, and every person that downloads it, they have to be approved. And so Vimeo, we use that more of as a preview link, so to speak, or if there's a special piece that we want, because sometimes Vimeo has certain uh, advantages over YouTube. But as far as the audience, I think Vimeo is more of a filmmaker site. To be honest with you, I think
Yes.
it's really, but as far as the mass audience, obviously, I think it's still YouTube.
Yeah, I think so too. And then, although we did have someone comment, Corey Thomas is saying that he said that they actually get more live views on Facebook than YouTube, and that doesn't surprise me. What is your experience there?
Well, yes, you will get more people watching it at that particular moment. Like I said, in the South Carolina floods, you'll get 2,000 people watching it, which is great. But remember, the videos, most views come after the fact with
Hmm.
Facebook and with YouTube. And with Facebook, we know those videos, even though they're on the video page, they sort of disappear.
Yeah.
With YouTube, they just stay in your feed, stay in your feed. So I think that, I would use both. And, you know, as you know, it's really hard to go live to YouTube and Facebook. I was watching one of your shows where you could do the switching in the cloud. And I'm looking at, I forget the name of the company
Yeah,
offhand.
Go Easy Live.
Yeah, Go Easy Live. So I'm looking at them because it would be great to be able to do both. Because if you go live to Facebook and then you're going to go like a minute later, go live to YouTube, you sort of lose that magical moment.
Hmm.
The person you're filming has to relive it and it feels more staged. So
Yeah.
I would love to have one platform that goes live to both of them. Um, and so, but I think they're both important. I continue, like we're over in Korea, we're going to do one to Facebook and one to YouTube. So,
Yeah, I've seen other people that have like two or three different phones. One phone's doing Periscope, one phone's
yeah.
doing YouTube, one phone's doing Facebook, and I mean, there's so many ways to slice the cat. Um, and
But
I,
I
sorry, go
was gonna
ahead.
I was gonna say one of the things. So we've been utilizing the Live View Solo,
Hmm.
and I'm able to plug in a real video camera into it or a DSLR, what you want. And so instead of this little iPhone video, you're able to walk around, zoom, ride
Yeah.
the iris, um, and what's great is I don't have to hit the button to go live. The way Live View works, I don't know if you know, is basically they sign in, you sign in, and they actually communicate to the unit on your camera. And once they hit, they can preview, which is great. They can preview the video and the audio and say, okay, you look good.
Hmm.
Bandwidth is good because you know how live view and the other units, I think one is backpack, what have you, they bond 3
Yes.
units together. And that, so therefore, what used to be like, well, we'll get there, we'll see what the signal's like, maybe we can go live. Now it's not if we can, it's when we can, and what are we going to show on that. So,
Wow.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's pretty incredible. And I wanted to go quickly back to the Go Easy Live because I know a lot of people, that has been something when we went to show what Go Easy Live can do, people were just like, wait a second, what's going on? Not only can, for a place like you could send a stream from that live view to Go Easy Live, and then you could have a social media team, you know,
Yeah.
bringing in the social media from another country, and then you could be managing when you switch from that to your studio. And
Yeah.
then the magic part, which is just incredible for large organizations, is if the live view stream goes down, now you're not relying on just that one stream.
Oh, that was a selling point to me. I'm like, oh my God, just because you can tell what video to play, and then the bandwidth will just pick back up and you're back live. Because the worst case is you're going live and then all of a sudden the signal drops.
Yeah, and it cuts. Yeah.
And so, but I also love the fact that you could have your social team, which they're experts, you know, responding and putting, you know, whatever they want on the screen. So I mean, I was really blown away by that show, and I'm like, oh, I got to test this out. So,
Yeah, Felipe Laurent, the CEO, I'm just like, you know, wow, finally someone's been, I've been telling all the companies I talk to are like, are you going to make a cloud offering? Are you going to make a cloud offering? We know it's big, and everyone in the video production industry has been saying it can't be done. There's too much cabling needed, too much stuff in the room. I'm like, guys, someone's going to figure this out, and it's going to be huge.
Yeah, because you could have a person, you know, whether it's in Florida or wherever, you know, some rescue there, you could have a person in the studio. You have your social people in another whole building, and everyone's using different bandwidth. And I think it could be a game changer. I'm really stoked on it.
And speaking of the social people, you can even have the social people have their own digital recording. So they could just get, let's say it's a 2-hour-long live stream. They could take a 30-second clip it, DVR it, and post it to Twitter before the live stream's even over.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's perfect, because that's, you know, that's going to bring in more people to watch the live stream. So for once, we have every tool that a network has. We're getting there. So, you know, the average person, the average company, because we have, you know, all the companies out there have their social team, have their video team, and now working together, which we always do anyways, but live is pretty cool. So it's not like one person, hey, can we do this? It's like, no, you do it, because you're the expert. So no, I think it's a game changer.
Yeah, and I think that's been a problem in the industry where, you know, everything gets dumped on one person. Like, oh, we want to do a live stream. Hey, Mr. AV guy, you do everything. And it's like, yeah, but we need our social media people. We need our, you know, AV people, and we need, you know, the followers. And when you bring it all together, that's when you can be a little mini television network almost.
Oh yeah, hugely. I mean, you know, I did news for, you know, years and years, and, you know, you had a team of people, and now we can have that team of people, because you're right, it gets dumped on, you know, one person, or, you know, the video department, we have to go do it. But now it's like we work really closely with our social people, you know, it's like, okay, when they want us to go live, you know, what they're going to do, and like, generally there's an action that we want people to take, and you know, it's either save the dogs, save the horses, what have you. And so they'll post in the comments like the most important, you know, the action that we want people. So the video's here, and right below it is the action. So we really work in sync, and our social team is just amazing at, you know, and then you have the web team and everyone like that, and working together and breaking down those silos. It's been really exciting that everyone can just have a tool and join into this incredible force that's going on right now.
Yeah, and you mentioned the web team too, and I almost forgot about them, but those are the guys who figure out the APIs, you know, and that's when the real magic starts to happen. You got to have the social people, you got to have the guys behind the video cameras, but the web guys, that's when it really the magic really starts to happen.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the web, you know, I work with this one amazing guy. I do coding. I call myself a hack coder. And there was for years, we had our video in Brightcove, and we had our images in Merlin. And Brightcove has a great API, and Merlin has, I think within a year or so ago, launched their API. And so I worked together, and people was like, oh, it's our dream to have, reporters to go to one location to get images and video. And so one weekend I sort of just hacked some code, and I was able to pull from the API from Merlin, from Brightcove, and actually bring the videos and images together for the first time. And it was like, our PR person was like, this is my dream. And so it was a proof of concept that, hey, this works. And this one little page, people have to sign in, reporters have to sign in. It pulls from 2 APIs, and it gives you video and images, and it does a little slideshow, and you can do whatever you want. And we tag the images, we tag the video, and it's just an amazing tool, and it's APIs. And this guy, Christine, I work with, he looks at me, he goes, you're crazy. And I'm like, let's do it. And he's like, okay. And he just made it all happen. So everyone's important. Everyone, is important on this time and, in age.
Yeah, and although most of the video production systems out there today, like even Wirecast, it's really a single operator thing. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the new tech NDI and other things, but there are now ways to stitch it all together. But I can't wait to see like team-based streams where everyone's getting involved and you can really create something amazing.
Yeah, and what you were saying about the cloud-based stuff, because whether you're using Wirecast or what have you, you have to have 2 computers, sending 2 streams up to YouTube, because if your stream dies, that's it. But with this cloud-based stuff, I think it's great because you just go to having technical problems, but the viewer is still seeing the stream, and you don't have to restart the stream and what have you. So I think the cloud-based stuff is really, I was really excited about the show, as I said.
We get another question? No software that they are using. He's just saying, we have someone on the chat saying, no, the software that they are using, Brightcove. Oh, he wants to know about the Cove, Brightcove it's called.
Yeah, Brightcove, they've been around a long time. I think it's brightcove.com. It's one of the big streaming companies. It used to be Feedroom, and it changed. And then Feedroom was bought by someone else. And we've been with Brightcove for about 10 years, or not 10 years, a couple of years, maybe 3-4 years. But it's just do brightcove.com. And what I'm talking about is for companies, they make this thing called Gallery, and it's a template. And basically the template itself, you can build as many as you want, and it's just turnkey. It's already built, so you don't need any really coding. You put your header in, and there's different designs, and it pulls from your playlist. So you can program your portal. If you go to videos.humanesociety.org, or just go to humanesociety.org and click on videos, you'll see that's a template from Brightcove that we modified. So that's what we use.
Cool. Well, one of the things that I wanted to direct everyone to at the end of the show is the ability to donate to the Humane Society.
That's good. We would love that.
Maybe I could pull up your website. Maybe that would be a good way to do this.
Yeah, just go to humanesociety.org.
Okay.
And basically, humanesociety.org, or you can go to Humane Society International. It's our international arm. And the best way to get involved is really find your issue that you're passionate about. Look around, and once you see those issues, because it's not so much as well as donate, it's always actions. Every video we do, we try to make sure it has an action. Therefore, how to save the foxes, how to save the whales, how to save whatever your passion is. It could be dogs and cats. It could be factory farming. It could be wildlife issues. There's so many issues out there. And so just go in and search around and find your passion, and team up with us, and we'll make things happen. We're changing the world on a daily basis, and it's great. And you can go to Humane Society International as well. So, pick your issues, whether it's here, whether it's elephants or dogs, you name it, we're protecting them. And so just find your passion and sign up and continue to follow the actions that you can do. And whether it's donate, that's great, or whether it's, send a letter to a congressman, every action counts. So we appreciate it. And so please, join our fight.
Well, it's been such a pleasure to have you, and it's great to see someone using live streaming, for a really good cause. We've had some recent events where live streaming has kind of gotten a black eye, and because it's open to the public, anybody can do it. Sometimes it can be used for unacceptable behavior and even crime. And so, it's happened. I don't know if you want to make a comment about some of the recent activities, but it's great to see somebody out there that's using it for good.
Well, I think, the majority of people are using it for good, I think. There's no doubt, whether it's your broadcasters, whether it's your bloggers, whether it's different organizations, different companies. I think the majority is good. Yes, there's been some bad stuff out there. There's always going to be some bad stuff out there. And, the tools are very powerful. And I think we're in that age. But, like I said, the first live shot I did on streaming media was in, I think, 1999. We did a fashion show, for free fashion show. I was working with Conus back then. They're out of business now, but they were a great company. And it was a fiber line to an uplink. And then we streamed it to real networks. They downloaded it, and then they put it out. And it was still, I think, 320 by 240. It took thousands of dollars. It was a really cool live event. We had a switcher and all that type of stuff. But that was 1990. Now, you take Wirecast or whatever software you want, and you can go live. And so I think more companies, companies are a little slower to move than the average individual. They can just take your phone and go, oh, done, decision made. But organizations and companies, they have a way to do it. And so it takes them a little slower sometimes, but I think in the end, there's going to be some amazing, powerful stuff done. And the bad stuff will be less and less and less. It just gets the attention right now, unfortunately, in the media.
Yeah, and we were kind of brainstorming here at our office. We were like, is there any way to go to YouTube and Facebook and say, hey, maybe this is a suggestion to help prevent things like this from happening. Some of the things that happened in Chicago this week. But I don't know what you can really do to prevent stuff from happening, because they want it to be public. They want the world to have access to it. So it's just you have to let great organizations like you do good, and the 1% or less, is going to unfortunately be there.
But if you look at the different riots that were going on, the news were live, and CNN. I mean, when there's a big incident like that, their ratings go way up. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, if there's nothing going on, they go down. So the live stuff, people still love that live urgency, and I think good content always surfaces to the top. Bad content always, goes below the level. So.
That's a good way to look at it. And in this case, and I just keep bringing this up just because we've been getting so many comments because we promote live streaming so heavily. Yeah. At least the live streaming in this recent case actually helped find and solve the crime. Yeah,
I mean, it's a bizarre story. It's stupidity on top of stupidity, in my opinion. Not the organization, it's just my opinion. And you're right, they caught the people, they'll be, tried and so they caught them. So it helped. If you do stupid things, usually you get caught.
Well, there's some great advice. Thank you so much for joining the show. The Humane Society could not be a better organization to donate your time, your money, your influence, if at all, politically. I guess I'm going to roll the credits. Are there any last things you want to say, Frank, before we wrap it up?
Once again, we're the Humane Society of the United States. We have our international arm, the Humane Society International. They're both amazing organizations. I do work for both of them. And, if you also want to help, we're not affiliated with the local Humane Societies, but they also do amazing work. And just go down, and if you want to, adopt a dog or just volunteer down there, that's powerful too. So just pick your passion and make a difference. That's it.
Thanks so much for coming on the show, Frank.
Hey,
I'll talk to you soon.
All right.